Hello, hello, hello. We're just gonna do some fly tying today, and we'll see what we do. So, all right, let's go ahead and get some music going. All right, let's see what we can do here. I gotta find out where there. No, yep, no, there it is. Hey, Frank. It's going good, buddy. How you doing, Frank? It's going good. It's going good. That's good. That's good. We're we're gonna tie a fly that I actually need for my fly box. We're gonna tie a picket pin is what it's called. Um, so I'll show you what it's gonna look like here in a couple of minutes. Oh, yeah, sidekick. I think um, we'll see, but I think I have my shoutouts fixed. I'm not 100% positive, but uh, I think I got the shoutouts fixed. So we shall see. Got this is a bead-headed fly. Um, so I always put the bead on first. It's just a brass bead, nothing too crazy. And I just get one of these large feathers to work with the tail. I like to, even though you probably don't know what these materials are and stuff, I like to at least show you what I'm doing with it and selecting and so forth. So how's everybody doing today? Good, I hope. I know, Frank, you were telling me you're good. Um, it's a nice chilly day here in New Hampshire, so one of my days off. So I'm just kind of chilling and spending it with you guys. You know what I'm wondering if is this grade 3? No, that's grade 1. Okay, good. I got to get a slightly better grade for for the body. The feathers are longer and skinnier, you'll see. This is one, and then this is the other. You can you can see the quality difference. So we're going to tie this tip in. And if you haven't noticed, I added text to speech so that I don't miss anything that potentially happens in chat. Because I can't always be looking. So, uh, is it in this drawer? I don't think so. I think it's in the next one. No, I think I had the right one actually. Yeah. Yeah. Found what I was looking for. I appreciate you guys lurking, just hanging out with me. What is that? Hey, Spencer. Asshole. Excuse me. Sorry. He's going after something on my vest. You little dub. Yeah, talking to you, jerk face. All right. There's two ways to tie these in. A lot of people will do the butt ends first. I actually like doing the tips first because it actually forces the fibers to stick out more, I think. But I do add a little bit of durability to it. Whoops. I gotta tie these in too. Hello. There we go. All right. So the durability that I'm referring to is this, because this peacock curl is pretty fragile. So um, the trick is wrap it around the thread. It adds durability. And I can do this. Now, I have to make sure I have room for the head because, well, you'll see. I have to add a wing here, but, and I also have to put something in front of the wing. So you'll see what I mean in just a minute here. So I'm going to cut these off to get them out of my way, but I'm going to save them because I'm going to use them. 4, 5. Just going to do this a couple of times just to lock this in so that I don't have a problem. All right. And now we're going to wrap this forward. With just minimal tension. And this is why I wanted a high quality feather for stability and consistency. Well, that didn't sit the way I want. Well, actually, it didn't move much. All right, good. It kind of jumped, but that's all right. So, what are you messing with? Been quiet all day. Okay. Perfect. All right. So this is, I'm sure you can probably guess what this is, but squirrel tail. And so I take a bunch of this. And I put it in, well, a hair stacker is what it's called technically. I always tap it on my knuckle because if you do it on the table, it's loud, metal, it's kind of annoying. So I just tap it on my, whoops, my knuckle. Doesn't hurt. And then it does exactly what it sounds like. It stacks the hair nice and neat. Hence the name Hair Stacker. Sorry, that was the smart ass in me. Wouldn't be me otherwise. So just a little bit shorter than the tail. It stays on top. Pinch really tight so it stays on top. And then I just kind of nudge it just to be on the safe side. just locking it down. Perfect. Okay. Trim this off. Looks like I got a couple of stragglers here. Bear with me. What is going on here? There we go. All right. So the final step is this again. And this is where kind of bulk it up a little. Same durability. This is one that is going to go in my fly box. So I'm going to tie up a few of these. And the nice thing with this is how I'm going to finish this off. Two, couple of turns there. Now I'm going to come in with my fine scissors. And I'm going to trim nice and close. And the nice thing with this pattern is I do not need any head cement because that finishes off the fly, and just do a few wraps right behind the bead so that the thread is protected from the fish's mouth, and then just trim it and we are done. That is the picket pin, bead-headed picket pin. And the hook size is size 8 if there's any fishermen out there. If not, then that's fine. All right, so let's make another one. Need another bead. On these beads, there's a little um, a little hole and a big hole. I was trying to think on how I want to say that. But there's a small hole on one side of the bead and a larger one on the other side because sometimes people will what they'll do is, hey, Jakester, how's it going, buddy? Jakester. Good, 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 good. Same here. Just trying to make the best of the day. So I'm doing some personal flies for myself. I need to tie up a few of these in for my fly box. So figured might as well hang out with the best of the best while doing it. And that's you guys and gals. Ah, sweet. 5 streams, sweet. Streak. I, sorry, my tongue got in the way of my eye tooth and I couldn't see what I was saying. Um, Thank you for the streak. That's awesome, man. Pulling these fibers back. All right. So tie this down. Want a few more. Ooh, that's a little more than a few. Go. Has anybody, I'm assuming you have, but anybody seen the video for this song, Michael Jackson, Thriller? I hope you have, because if not, you need to. It's actually pretty good. When they actually had real makeup artists and not this AI crap that makes, everything look mysterious, but back then they actually used makeup. I guess I need to oil my, I need to put a little bit of oil in my vise. It's squeaking a little bit. All right, I need to unwind, not wind. Yeah, see, so by tying in the tips instead of the butts, like I was saying before, see how it's like the fibers, they stick up more. I don't know if you can really see. I'm going to try to move the camera a little bit closer so that you can see how those fibers stand up more. Yeah, sorry, I'm shaking. There we go. Coffee, who needs coffee? That way it doesn't move on me when I wrap this. Peachy. How's it going this morning, Peachy? What's going on, buddy? Is it still Antarctic up there, Peachy? Are you still freezing your butt off? 4,000 feet of snow? Aw, that stinks. Yeah, being sick is not fun, buddy. I hate being sick. It stinks. Whoops. Oh, well. It stinks hard. All right. One feather I didn't like. All right. Glad I got that talk to text figured out at least. And actually, while I'm thinking of it, let me go ahead and try this. See if this does what I want it to do. Let's hope this works and does what I want it to do. Yeah, no, that's not doing what I want it to do. All right, scratch that. Looks like we got an ad starting. Incoming ad, guys. Incoming ad. Bear with me. I gotta work on I gotta work on those shout outs. I don't know what the heck's going on. I can't figure it out. So it's weird the other one stands up higher and this one lays down more. Hmm. It's gotta be the hackle. It's all I can think of. All right, let's get one more. I like to have at least three of a particular pattern, so I can always tie more if I lose some, but my minimum is three. That way, if I'm out fishing and get hung up on bottom, or a fish ruins one, or whatever. Hey, what do you know? Got the right one. There we go. All right. That way it locks that bead in there. All right. Yay! Ad break is over. It's Frank, were they at least in English? They were in Spanish. I swear to God, I have no control over what language they do these ads in. I have no idea what the hell is going on with that. Only in America. Call a company. Press 1 for English. Press 2 for Spanish. Don't have anything against the Spanish language or anything, but the primary language. I believe they do. He's not sleeping. There's something about you. Okay. Oh, well, I don't know about that. All right. Won't take long and I'll see what else we can tie. Nice thing about this is wrapping the thread around it. If I do let go, it only goes so far. So that's nice. All right. What I like to do most of the time is then take this and wrap it back over itself a little bit so that I can just take this and save the scissors. One little fiber. That's good. Oh yeah. Hello. Wing. Wing it. Time to wing it. Uh-oh. Oh shit, Murray's here. Everybody behave. Everybody behave. Murray's here. Hey. For now, Murray. Welcome, buddy. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you guys so much. I know there's not a ton of people that like watching the flies. Well, that's because you spent it all over at Eager. That's why. That's what I thought. Clip it. There we go. All right, now let's bulk up. Yeah, I figured I'd missed one. That's all right. So go down, come back. There we go. Finish off a little whip finish. All right. That's the third one. So I got my three tied. So we're good. Get those done. Cool. All right, let's tie something different now. Gotta put a few things away. I never really asked those that are watching, do any of you fish at all? And if so, what do you fish for? Or what is your target species? Oh, well, that's a shame. No, it's all good. I appreciate you hanging out and supporting supporting the stream and seeing, I guess, possibly the artistic side of things. I want to show you guys a fly that I tied. Maybe you saw it, but so this is, I'm very proud of this. So let me get it up here. Whoops. I'll turn it so it's a little easier to see. So that is what's called a Kelson's candlestick maker. It's a traditional salmon fly, and that took me almost 2 hours to tie because those feathers on the tail, those are actually married feathers together. Um, and the wing are 4 jungle cock feathers, and then there's multiple toppings, and there's a silk floss body, which has to be very, very smooth. So when I did the floss body, I actually um, have a tool um, that smooths it out. Um, so anyway, I wanted to show you that. I have that mounted on my wall. Just trying to hang it back up now so that it doesn't fall. Bear with me, I'll be right there. There, I got it. Last thing I want is for that to fall and smash on the floor. That would not be very good. All right, so what do I want to tie next? do. Let me see. I gotta do those in a size 6. So white. So peacock white. Yep. White, purple, pink, purple. All right. I just gotta grab a couple of materials. So bear with me. Don't need that. Okay, I don't think I have another purple. Oh, I do. So, all right, so I'll deal with that. There we go. Get a hen cape. All right. Thank you. Appreciate your patience. Let me see. I want to see if Jeffy's on. I don't know if he is. Guess not. All right. So I need size. Nope. Those are the wrong size 6s. There we go. Tie up a few of these for a job. All right. Yeah. Oh boy. Everybody watch out. Jeff's here. I thought I had fixed my shoutouts, Jeff, but I I got it to work with Sidekick, but for some reason, even updating everything, it doesn't seem to be working right. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm stumped. So I'll have to deal with that some other time. I don't know. I didn't let him in here. He just shows up, and I appreciate that because I'm usually the one picking on him. So now he can kind of pick on me a little bit. I suspect things are going to be thrown at me at some point. It's just a suspicion, though. What do you mean who let him in here? He's good. He's fine. He's fine. Everything's fine. JC, my goodness, we got a bunch of people coming in. How's it going? I hope everyone is doing well. Gives me, I gotta see if I gotta try and oil that, especially if I'm gonna be spinning things like I am going to be. I just gotta grab my vi Vice oil. Did anybody look at my butt? No, that's funny. Okay. See if that takes care of the squeaking. It should. It's silicone, basically. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Nice and quiet. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Little bit of maintenance goes a long way. Um, how are you? Oh, looks like Peachy's back. Jeff, how are you feeling today, buddy? I hope things are okay. I know you weren't feeling good. Oh boy, I'm sorry. Feel better, buddy. Feel better. I'm thinking of you. I remember those days. Not fun. Peachy's back. Peachy's Playhouse. Whenever I hear the term Peachy's Playhouse, all I can think of, and please forgive me for this, but all I can think of is Pee Wee Herman when I hear about Peachy's Playhouse. Mm. I don't know why. It's not a natural association, but don't hold it against me. Oh my goodness. So, yes, we have Jeff's favorite color here. Trying to get a rise out of him. Probably is not going to work. And I understand. I think I said this yesterday, but the best tools in the world are your fingernails. Okay, gonna, okay. All right. Now I gotta get the right sized. All right. I think I got the right size. That may have come out wrong, but feather. I do. So this needs to extend a little bit past. Okay, there. And little trick, I get it to lay down a little bit. All right, there we go. Lock it down. Put a little bit of pressure on here. There. Sweet. All right, now, yeah, we'll go with the fine ones here. Yes, that's the music. Just want to be clear. Oh, I can't wait to get out and do some fishing. I'll tell you, I am. Oh boy, Jolly's here. This is the best nurse in Canada, right? Let's see here. All right, so I gotta just clean up the head a little bit here. The head of the fly. Yeah. Uh, Open mouth, insert foot. And that is called a sneaker. You would do this to me. Just gotta peel this off real quick. Makes it very, very difficult to open when that builds up. Yeah, that's a lot better. The good news is at least I got the talk to text working. Like I said, I still can't, for whatever reason, I just cannot figure out for the life of me what's going on with the shoutouts. They were working just fine till damn update. I'll have to try to do some research on that. I'll figure it out. Or throw it through the wall, one or the other. Wait, did I say that? I would never. There. I want to make sure I got a few feathers out. All right. Now where was I? Putting the rib. With any luck, oiling the vices. Gotta keep it quiet. I really hope. I hate it when it starts squeaking. Not just when I'm like streaming, but just like normal tying. That gets so old so fast, especially when I'm tying multiple patterns, like a dozen flies, and I'm just trying to get them done. Oh yeah, I got it. Could you guys hear the squeaking before? Because usually the headset's pretty sensitive. So I figured you probably did hear it previously. Hey Hunter, what's up, buddy? All right. How's it going, Hunter? Thanks for coming in, buddy. Good to see you. those a little different. There we go. So how are you doing today, Hunter? I haven't seen you in maybe a day or so. I've been lurking on a couple of your streams when you were streaming, but are you going to stream today? I didn't see any notifications. Maybe I missed it, but I don't think got a notification. Then again, I've been tying this morning, so I really wasn't paying attention to the notifications. I bet Hunter Fanatic recognizes this. Good old bucktail. There we go. Oh, I gotta get them all, not just a couple. Okay, get a little bit of pink here. One feather, oh, one strand. Drive me nuts. I know, short trip. Figured I'd say it before one of you did. I know if Ray was here, he'd definitely say that. He must be working today, because he normally pops in. Another one of the regulars. No, I'm not going to walk like an Egyptian. God, those scissors are great. Hmm, okay. Just didn't quite look right, but I guess it was me. Cops don't go to donut shops. That's just a myth. Yeah, that's not sitting right. That's, come on. There we go. Any plans for later today for anybody? Doing anything? Going anywhere? Or just chilling, hanging out at home and supporting all of the awesome streamers that happen to be inhabiting my stream today because I've got some legends in here, I tell you. They are awesome. Do you fish too, Hunter? I kind of figured, but I always ask because you never know. Sometimes it's just hunting, sometimes it's just fishing. So, but me, I'll fly fish for anything that'll take a fly, and that's pretty much any fish out there. Trout, salmon, perch, pickerel, bass, it doesn't matter. My drug is the tug. That's my drug of choice. Tug on the other end of the line, especially when you least expect it. Wow. Is it split bamboo? Like octagon bamboo? Or is it like a fiberglass? Okay, there. This fly is called a sneaker. Uh, what? I deleted the. Oh, well, maybe it is the 23rd and you just don't know it yet. There, I fixed it. That was supposed to be the 3rd. I swear I deleted the 2. Oh well. Yeah, yeah. You didn't know? This is exactly what I'm going to be doing on the 23rd. Eh, it wouldn't be a big E stream if there was something slightly wrong. Story of my life. There we go. All right. It's a local pattern up here in the Northeast in Maine and New Hampshire. Um, I tie a lot of these for local bait and tackle shops. So trying to expand to other states, but it's pretty difficult. Uh, yeah. Usually when I walk into a bait and tackle shop with my fly patterns and samples of what I tie, at least up here in the Northeast, um, a lot of the streamer patterns, but um, I tie other patterns, trout flies that you can use in any state. Uh, Adams, Copper John, yellow stonefly, you pretty much name it. All of those patterns that you can use in rivers all over the country. I tie those as well. It's just hard to reach out to those places because they either have local tires or I had one place say, "Oh, I buy my flies from Kenya overseas. They're like 25 cents each." Oh, that's great. And they fall apart on the first fish. You know, um, yeah, you've got children tying flies over in Kenya, child labor for a penny a fly. Yeah, how's that make you feel? Anyway, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I think at least around here, pretty sure they do elsewhere, but the flies are pretty reasonable in this area. If you go into any bait and tackle shop and you want to get a streamer fly, you're probably going to pay anywheres between $3 to $5 for one fly in a tackle shop. Um, but I sell them directly and to tackle shops for my wholesale price, which for one of these would be, if I remember correctly, $2.25 for this fly. But not tying on stream, I can. I can get in to a pretty good groove and tie these up pretty fast when I'm not focusing on stream and trying to listen and respond and move right along. Is that Huey Lewis? It is. Yeah. Yep. I got the alert. It's been an hour already? Wow. How long have I been streaming for? I guess it's been an hour and a half. Wow. Okay. Time flies by when you're hanging out with the best people in the world. Yep. I figured it was an hour and a half because the good thing is no ads after for another hour. So I do apologize if you do get any ads, but if you don't mind, watch them or just keep it up and go make a pot of coffee, go to the bathroom, grab a snack. I might make a few pennies. We'll see. So I figure at the end of the year, if I can get a cup of coffee, I'm doing good. I've got a interesting fact if when uh, when everybody comes back from ad break. I mentioned it yesterday too, but I'll wait for them to get back from the ad break and I'll share that little tidbit for those that don't know. Get rid of those short hairs. Last night was interesting though. Right after dinner, all of a sudden the building fire alarm goes off. Somebody was cooking up on the third floor and apparently forgot something was on the stove. Personally, I just think that's how they know the food is done, but that's me. I know that was mean. Sorry, but it was funny. those. Trim off. We got ad break is finishing up in about 10 seconds. Hopefully some folks will be coming back. And I'm going to ignore that. I can't answer that right now. Busy. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Under pressure. All right. Get these eyes on. If everybody's back from the ads, fun fact, uh, the previous singer, Huey Lewis, Huey Lewis is a fly fisherman. Uh, he he likes to fish for salt water, but he is a fly fisherman. Uh, his preference is salt water, but he does fish warm water, um, freshwater fish sometimes. Typically salmon, but he prefers the saltwater fishing. And I can't say that I don't blame him, because saltwater fishing, those fish are powerful, man. I've caught some big fish in the salt water on a fly rod. I don't want to add too many wraps, but I want to make sure I got a good head on the fly there. All right, we are golden. So, counter spin. All right. Yeah, 3 sneakers done. This air supply. All right. I got to put a second coat of head cement on these. So I do. Um, I have a few patterns that um, I've designed, and they work well. I do like to uh, create what I call free-form flies. There's no name. It's just what kind of comes to mind, uh, what I feel might look buggy, if you will. Um, or I'll take a pattern and I'll manipulate it to be different than what traditionally people would use, um, and make it my own. I'll change up little things, and sometimes I'll change up big things. You may recognize or not recognize the pattern after I'm done or what it used to be. Um, I like doing that because, there's a lot of patterns out there. There's a lot of different fly patterns and styles and colors. Um, Sometimes you never know what's going to make the fish hit a fly or take a particular pattern over another. Sometimes it's size, sometimes it's color or shading, because as you probably know, fish don't see colors um, as much as they see texture and shading. Um, and movement, you know, um, movement is pretty important because fish have lateral line. Hunter will back me up on this. Um, fish, all fish have a lateral line, if you will, a sixth sense, and they can feel vibration uh, in the water. They can feel a disturbance in the water. That's why a lot of places will tell you if you go into a dentist office or a restaurant or whatever, you'll see signs that'll say, don't tap the glass, etc. It's not because the glass is breakable or anything, but it's because when you tap, it literally sends that vibration magnification through the water and it disturbs the fish. That's why they tell you not to do it. It's not because they're trying to be controlling, but they're essentially trying to protect the fish from being aggravated or um, overstimulated, I guess is probably the best word that I could come up with. Um, that's why you'll see bass lures that have rattles in them and um, things like that. Uh, some some fly patterns today even have these little rattles that you can attach to the fly while tying it, and they're super lightweight. They virtually weigh nothing, and you attach them to the fly, and they make a noise. Um, I think that's a little excessive, but it's little non-traditional. But they there's all kinds of patterns and techniques and ways of doing things. This is what I like about fly fishing is this, and Jeff has said this in his streams. It's Fly tying is a lot like Farming Simulator. You really can't do it wrong. You just do it your way. Um, you can tie what patterns you want. You can fish what patterns you want. You can create what patterns you want. You can target a specific species, or you can target a particular river or a particular bait fish that's in the river. You can mimic that, and just what you get is what you get. Um, there's there's no wrong way to do it, really. Um, I like to go fishing for the solitude, for the camaraderie of friends that go fishing with me sometimes. Um, the enjoyment of meeting new people, and when it comes to fishing, fly fishing anyway, um, fly fishermen really enjoy sharing their experience with you. Uh, I'm always learning. I don't know everything. Yeah, I've been doing this for almost 45 years, but I I don't know anything. I mean, everything. I don't know anything either, but I don't know everything. And I'm not going to pretend to know everything. Do I have a lot of knowledge? Absolutely. Is there more to learn? Absolutely. There are things that I never got into. For instance, uh, big game saltwater flies, um, pike flies, Pacific salmon flies, Pacific steelhead. I've never tied those flies. Why? I've never had a need to because I'm not on the Pacific coast. I I don't fish big game salt water. I'm not in Florida. I mean there are certain so I've never tied those flies. So I could learn new patterns and new techniques. Um, absolutely, 100%. Uh, and I'm starting to kind of branch out a little bit and tie more uh, classic salmon flies, Atlantic salmon flies, because um, I do want to try them and use them this spring, catching landlocked salmon, and maybe if I can get over to the uh, not the Merrimack River here in New Hampshire, I'd like to try catching some salmon this spring using some patterns that I've tied. When I'm done putting head cement on these flies that I've tied, the second coat, I'll show you a couple of patterns that I tied recently for myself. But as you can tell, fly tying for me is extremely therapeutic. This is kind of like other people's version of, um, this is probably like your version of your man cave. Hey, Danielle. Welcome, 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 welcome. How are you today? Okay. All right. Those are done. So here's come on, get out. Yeah. Here's one I tied last night. This is called the Blue Charm. I gotta make the jaws open up a little bit more. That hook is a size 2. So, um, but yeah, that's the Blue Charm. I tied that last night. I got 3 of those in my box. Um, that's a classic Atlantic salmon fly. And another pattern I did last night. Come on. They're easy to go in, but they don't want to come out. Ah, and here's another one. I forget the name of this one, but it is a classic salmon fly. Um, I want to say it starts with an H. I'm just trying to remember the rest of it. Um, I want to say a, yeah, Half Stone is the name of it. Half Stone. I guess from what I can tell, it is a saltwater version. I mean, not saltwater, sorry. A salmon fly version of a stonefly, ultimately. Um, so those are some salmon flies that I've got tied up so far to try this spring. Um, there's more I want to tie. Oh, God. Brian, how are you, buddy? Or is it Mason? It's one or the other. What's going on, brother? So let me, do I have, yeah, I have those. So get back. Well, let me tell you a little secret, Brian. If you wake up and you look in the obituaries and you see yourself in the obituaries, there's a pretty good chance you technically did not wake up. Just saying. Just saying. Just think about that. go there. We're not gonna 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 go there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. All right. Hey, George. 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 Guess I gotta use this now. All right. So, hmm, so I gotta separate this. Okay. However, I have to get the right ones. Come on. Okay. Well, that's gonna have to do. All right. See, what I typically try to do when I know I'm going to be tying a whole bunch of flies, I'll take, 10, 15 minutes maybe, and I will prep all of my materials and lay them out on my desk. Um, it only doesn't really take that long to prep the materials when you're prepping them all at the same time. Um, it's not bad at all. When you are doing it like this and you're reaching for materials for one fly and then you gotta go ahead and get the body material or whatever and so forth. Um, it can be time consuming because well, you can see how long it takes me to tie one fly, but if I prep all of this and lay it out in front of me, ooh, it's zippity doo dah. Fever Caden. That's what I thought it was. I gotta love the bot. Caden's in the house. Brian's in the house. Trouble's in the house. Oh God. Don't start that shit, man. This is Brian's favorite song. So Mess this up. Yeah, I'm gonna try. My goal is to get some streaming in at least a couple of times a week. Um, right now, because of the time of year specifically, it's going to be fly tying. It just has to be. Um, so, but it's not a bad thing. Just busy, busy with fly tying. Um, I got to make sure I have all of this stuff ready because I'm telling you, the last week in March, everything that I tie, I've been doing this for a few years, to say the least, locally. I know what they are going to want to buy, and everything that I have in stock by probably the first or second week of April is going to be gone. So, uh, I kind of expect to be tying probably through at least through the end of May into maybe, well, through the end of April into probably the beginning of May, at least, because the April 1st is going to be the, at least in my area, April 1st is the first day of salmon. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you so much, man. Um, April 1st is the first day of salmon season. Well, thank you so much. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for the resub. Awesome, brother. Um, so the salmon season starts on uh, salmon season starts on April 1st, and the fourth Saturday in April is when trout season opens up in my area. So when the trout season opens, uh, that's going to be, you know, a whole nother uh, impact. But I've got plenty, well, I don't want to say plenty, but I've got a lot of trout flies that uh, I'm I'm ready if somebody calls up and says, "Hey, I need this, this, and this." All right, I got you. When are you gonna be there? I uh, I got a bunch already tied. I've been tying, well, since for the trout flies and stock and everything. I've been tying since last year. So, who's that? Ah, Bootstrap. Hey, Bootstrap. Welcome. How's it going, man? Now the big question is where you've named yourself Bootstrap. The big question is your first name Bill? That's the question. for William? That's the question. That's the magic question. I want these. There we go. See if we can't get these tips matched up. Okay. Pull that back a little. Okay. It didn't look like it was on the correct side, but I guess it is. Interesting. Gregorian, thank you. Hey, how's it going? I'm doing well. Good afternoon. Doing well. Hanging in there. Um, I look at it this way. I woke up this morning and I realized I was on this side of the dirt, so I'm good. Oh, alrighty. Uh, oh, I've been doing it a while. Couple of years. Oh yeah, you gotta love spell check. Gotta love that talk to text spell check. See if I can fix this after. Should be able to. Okay, that fixed. Okay. Spin that. For the longest time, I actually taught fly tying classes here in New Hampshire, locally. I've never really been able to figure out how I can do it remotely. Oh yeah, fly tying is a whole different ball game. Yes. Yes, it is. Earlier in the stream, I showed everybody a fly that I tied called, it's a salmon fly called Kelson's Candlestick Maker. I have it framed. It took a while for me to tie it because I was trying to tie it uh, to perfection. So, so I spent a lot of time trying to get the wings just right and everything else. So as you can imagine, it took me about an hour and 40 minutes to get it the way I wanted it. So I think for, well, not as long as I've been streaming today, but pretty darn close. Um, just tying one fly. Yeah. It's not going to be fished. It's uh it's in a shadow box hanging on my wall. That fly will never touch water. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little trophy for myself, if you will. Exactly. Exactly. I'll see if yeah, there we go. Do one last final spin. Yeah, pretty much. I need to put those. Yes, thank you, Stream Elements. Ah, good song. Hmm. Same thing for work. All right, we're gonna get that done. Okay, go with the old pink. When I used to have hair in school, we would have these um, high school dances, like Thursday nights. I think it was either Thursday or Friday nights. It might have been Friday, at the local town hall. And when they played this song, I used to headbang to it. Yeah, headbang. I know. Maybe that's what happened to me. Is that not gonna tie down for me? Come on. There we go. Okay. I was hoping you were gonna tie down for me. Let me see if I can get the tips matched up correctly. There we go. All right, that works. Tear this off. Go. Got it. It's always fun trying to match up wings sometimes because as you can imagine, not all natural materials are exactly the same as the other. So sometimes the stem of the hackle is shaped different than others, and you kind of have to manipulate them into position because you can't have one feather laying like this and another one like that. That doesn't work. No pun intended, but that doesn't fly. Sorry, I had to. Okay. I don't want to wrap too much here and build up a giant head, but I want to make sure that it's covered and sized correctly. And I counterspin the thread like that so that when I do the whip finish, the thread lays nice and flat and does not build up at all. Gives a nice secure coat. There we go. Here we go. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done, and I'll be doing the other 7 probably off stream. So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, uh, I'm gonna raid out here or try to raid out to someone back here. Good Lord. Raid out to someone here, so hopefully I'll be able to. I want to thank you all very much for joining my fly tying session today. Um, yeah, I'm gonna need that. It's cold here. It is cold. But let me just go ahead and see who's on KTX. Yeah, thank you very much, Charlie. Let's go if I can here, I'm gonna try rating KTX. So, okay. All right. Well, I guess It's going to let me. So we're going to go say hi to KTX, give him a big shout for me, hit him up with those emotes, and let's blow him up as much as we can, okay? All right. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you guys on the next stream. Have a good day and be well.